Hey, it's JP with Central Idaho Mountain Weather. It's November 22nd, 2023. We are looking at last day of dry weather, breezy conditions. It's going to start out mostly sunny, but then clouds are going to increase throughout the day. And we have a zonal flow overhead for today with a cold front pushing through tonight. It's going to bring us our first wave of moisture, and then tomorrow, Thanksgiving Day, pretty much going to have snow showers throughout the day down to the valley floor. So we're looking at 2 to 4 inches between Haley and Sun Valley, a little less actually in Stanley, which is more unusual. And there is a slight chance of that mixing into rain in the later afternoon as it gets warmer. But right now, the Weather Service thinks it's going to be sticking as snow. So we'll see. The temperatures are definitely going to get up to 38 in Haley. Closed low builds over Idaho tomorrow, so it's going to just create that widespread snow, and it's actually just going to keep recirculating it over our head and get wraparound showers. So that's what's going to keep this pretty small snow event, increase it to have more snow falling in the mountains. As usually that's going to kind of happen in the Pioneers and the Lost Rivers. So looking ahead, that thing leaves Friday, and then ridging builds into place for the rest of the week, and our next storm system comes through on Thursday. And here are some snow totals out of Pocatello office. You can see 2 to 3 inches for Haley and Ketchum, and a little less in Stanley. Sawtooth are really not going to get too much snow out of this. And a little bit of pockets in the Smoky Mountains, looking like 2 to 4 inches. And the bulk of it's going to be falling in this is Trail Creek right here in between the 2 yellow blobs. So the southern edge of the boulders, probably Glassford south, and then over in the Pioneers, working over towards the Lost Rivers. Lost Rivers kind of getting the bulk of it with just that higher elevation and orographic lift and the wraparound moisture coming from the southwest. So looking at the the IR long wave satellite imagery, we have a low up here that's going to sag and drop down into here, bringing us a trough of cold air and a cold front that's going to be coming through. Kind of the cold front is right here, just with this boundary of warm and cold air mass. So looking at the HRRR radar model, you can see this band coming in from the north, kind of hitting us right around sunset to the north in Stanley, and that's like when the sawtooths look like they're going to get the bulk of the moisture, and then it quickly shifts into southern Blaine County. It seems like it's going to be getting the most amount of moisture out of the storm system. You can see it's like right around the Haley Ketchum line, that this thing just keeps recirculating back and forth. So we're going to have a closed low in place right over Idaho, and it's just going to recirculate this moisture around. So the Snake River is really going to be getting hit with most of the moisture, upwards of 1 inch of moisture. Not as much the further north you go. And looking at the NAM forecast, kind of looks like it's going to stick around a little bit more, and you can see more of that circulation centered right around here. Play that again. All right, looking at some snow totals for tonight into tomorrow morning. Looking at a trace in the valleys, 3 inches up in the mountains. before it really ramps up tomorrow morning through the afternoon, where Haley's looking like 2 inches, a little bit more in Ketchum. Opening day in Bali, we're looking at 2 or 3 inches, and then that kind of phases out for Thursday night. We still have a winter weather advisory until, Friday morning, and that's when things kind of fizzle out. So 6 to 12 inches in the mountains above 7,000 feet, 1 to 5 inches in the valley floor. So this is going to be quite, like I mentioned yesterday, a bit of looking at the freezing levels of how it's going to play out through the day on Thursday, especially in the valley floor. It's going to remain all snow in the mountains, but freezing levels are getting down to 5,000. Typically, you can have snow falling 1,000 feet below that, so 4,000 is looking like we'll be in the clear with having this mostly frozen and snow, which is better for travel than having some mixed conditions in my mind. The Euro is going to be having an even colder temperature profile for those temperatures being further down towards 3,000 feet. Let's look at what this looks like on the 500 millibar. So zonal flow today, west to east, jet stream, and then that trough drops down south over Idaho, and this upper level low, closed low really, because the jet stream's over here. This low is separated from the main jet stream, is going to sit over Idaho for the remainder of Thanksgiving into Friday before it ejects to the east. So having the low positioned right over us is going to recirculate a lot of wraparound moisture. Lows move in counterclockwise rotation. So the southeast mountains are really going to be getting the bulk of this precip. All right, we'll look at composite radar, what this can look like. So tonight there's that light band. This is the NAM, so some of the stuff I was seeing on the HER model this morning wasn't showing up, but this kind of comes more into play around 2 a.m. Where the moisture starts building. And then you can start seeing some wraparound moisture coming all through Thursday till the afternoon, where it kind of fizzles out. And then looking at storm totals from this is looking at water down in southern Blaine County, looking at almost an inch of water, and about 3/4 of an inch in the Pioneers and Boulders. So as of today, and we're looking good in the Lost Rivers for snow. So as of today, it is shifted pretty tremendously from yesterday's models to just being more localized in the Snake River Plain and just making its way up into Ketchum and Haley for having snow, but we should see snow on the ground. We'll see what happens.